Well, you tapped me into that. Oh.
I'm a hot one. Soy caliente. Are you a hot one? Muy caliente.
Welcome to season 3 of Hot Ones Caribbean Edition. I am your hostess, Gabrielle Carrard, and today our guest is part Puerto Rican, part Trinidadian, and 100% Virgin Islands best, Cruz Rock. In 2022, Cruz Rock competed in the American Song Contest, hosted by music icons Kelly Clarkson and Snoop Dogg, expanding his fan base among North and Latin American audiences. Now heating up the Latin American diaspora with his fuego Latin-Caribe flavor, Cruz Rock recently kicked off a world tour to promote his 2023 studio album, Xultura. The 17-track mix of Latin Caribbean and world fusion influences has been garnering millions of listeners across streaming platforms. Cruz Rock, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up? Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
I'm so excited that you're here. I am so excited for us to get into all of the heat we get packing.
Yeah, I'm excited for the interview. I'm not excited about this at all.
No man, I think we can make it. We can make it.
Yeah.
We can make it. No pressure, but we can make
it. Said a lot of prayers before I came. You know.
So Cruz Rock, your music is muy caliente,
Uh-huh.
but can you take the heat?
I could take the heat. That's right.
Okay.
I could take the heat.
Okay.
Muy calor, muy calor,
Are
muy
you heard that?
caliente.
He sound confident, so
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
roll right into the
Could probably
first
take it
sauce.
to about right here. You know
No
what
man,
I'm
we're
saying?
making it to the end.
We're gonna make it to the end.
Yeah.
You know, this one is watching me. There's a skeleton, a skull that just
Uh-huh.
looks evil, you know?
You know, sometimes
I
you
just
can't
don't
judge
know.
a book by its cover.
No, that book I could judge by the cover. I could, especially if we started from here today, I could judge. You can judge, definitely.
So we can roll into the first sauce. This sauce is from a company called Pirate Gang.
Okay.
It's called Ghost Ship, and they utilize something called ghost peppers. The ghost peppers, being a lie, they're spicy. However, I feel like this brand did a really good job
Okay.
putting the flavor in front of the spice. But I want to hear your take after we try it. You ready?
Okay. So let's try it. Let's do it.
Okay. So what I like to do is I like to pour my sauce.
So
Like I
pour
zip it up a
sauce.
zipper on a dress.
Okay.
Okay, so I start from the bottom to the top just to make sure that in every bite I get sauce.
I ain't that much of a coward.
Okay.
Trying to play me,
I
son?
mean, you are the Cruz Rock.
I am the Cruz Rock.
Okay,
that's
very
right.
good.
So we're doing this. All right. That's a good sauce.
So you were born in St. Croix.
That's
So
right.
Indo-Trinidadian and Puerto Rican Crucian parents.
Yes, a lot of things.
That's a complex mix of roti, dal puri,
What?
mofongo, tripletas,
Yes.
with a lot of chutney and salsa music playing in the background.
You know a lot.
I try. What do I need to know about your life and heritage to understand the artist in front of me today?
Well, my mom definitely from Trinidad, directly imported into the Virgin Islands. And my dad is Puerto Rican Crucian. And, you know, as a lot of people know, a lot of people are just kind of finding out that, you know, we have a very large Latin diaspora here in the Virgin Islands. And as well as the Trinis, man, a lot of the Trinidadians came to work in Hess, what was Hess at the time. So, yeah, my mom met my dad here and they had me. And my dad was in a salsa band. My mom, as much as she's from Trinidad, she's like the Indian, old school Indians.
Yeah.
So they were never into like calypso and things like that. They were into like chutney, right? And then my mom, also a woman of God, went to church a lot, so she sang a lot of gospel music. So I got, you know, a taste of both worlds, but definitely with the calypso, I started to hear it here in the islands, going to school and stuff like that. But I was heavily into reggae. You know, I was into reggae heavy. My dad and my mom kind of broke up when I was like 5 years old. So I leaned more towards my mom because I lived with her. And my Spanish developed later on in life. Because even though I would hang out with my dad and I would see him playing in the band and, you know, with my uncles, and he taught me how to play the keyboard and stuff like that. I just wasn't around him enough to pick up the Spanish, but my sister and my brother knew it really good. So as I got older is when I started to like dabble into the Spanish side of me. And I started off doing music as a dancehall artist in Ohio when I was going to school. And then when I graduated from school, I went to work at Tempo, and I got a chance to like hang out with a lot of the dancehall artists, soca artists. Mr. Tempo had took us to the Bahamas, and that was like my first experience. Like wow, like standing behind the stage, seeing how they set everything up. I got to hang around like the artists that were there. I think Spraga Benz was there. Luciano was there, so Mr. Vegas was there, and it was just like a crazy time where I got to soak all of that in. And then when I left Tempo, I came back home with all this knowledge of the things that I learned in college and at Tempo, and I just started to do my thing here. So I started to infuse, later on in my career, I started to infuse the Spanish with the dancehall, a little bit of soca, and then I started to realize how important culture was, right? Because when you go into school and you're amongst a lot of you're like in a new environment and you're trying to blend in, you start to kind of lose that authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Because you might bust a little wine or so in a dance, and everybody's like, "What is he doing? What is that?" You know, but it was me being me. So coming back home was a crazy time, and then you know that whole experience, that whole mixture just made me who I am today.
For sure.
Yeah.
I really appreciate when I was looking back into your background.
Yeah.
I feel like your background resembles that very mixed background that we see quite across the Caribbean region. You know, if your family been here for any length of time, you mix up. Okay, so let's roll into the next sauce. We're doing good. We're doing good.
Kind of fast. We're rolling into these things now.
Okay, so this sauce is called Angie's, and it is another sauce that comes out of St. Thomas.
Okay.
So Angie Sauce is 100% organic. Okay. She crafted it back in 2011.
Okay.
And there are things in it like vinegar, garlic, salt, as well as hot peppers. You ready?
Yeah. You should have said hot peppers first and then garlic and salt, because I'm pretty sure that's...
I wanted to leave hot peppers for last, you know, a little bit of drama.
I'll leave a little hope for me.
Remember, we putting it on like a zipper.
No, I don't know about all of that. Like, yeah.
Oh.
Okay. It's a dabba. I had a dab.
And then we put some on the board so that way we could,
oh,
you know?
Shit. Ready?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Okay. So you come from a family with a rich background in both music and industrial engineering.
Yeah.
I understand that before fully embracing music, you studied industrial design at the Columbus College of Art and Design in Ohio. What inspired you to leave behind a potentially prosperous career, perhaps in the oil and gas sector, to chase your musical dreams?
Well, I've never been good with numbers. I've been very bad with numbers, man. Only when it comes to counting money. I count money very good. But my grandmother and my whole mom's side of the family are like super intelligent electricians, engineers. So every time I go to visit my grandmother, she will always be like, "Boy, you need to be an engineer, you know. You have to go study to be an engineer." And she will always like tell me that, you know, like engineer. And then when I went to school, like I said, I've never been a guy that's good with numbers. And then I realized that industrial design was about numbers. And it was drafting, it was trigonometry. I was like, yo, I don't do these things, man. And even though I graduated doing it, I was bored to death. I used to like to rap, right? So I would be rapping and stuff. And then one day we had like a battle, right? And it was so funny because I was battling a cat from Ohio. And then he started to make fun of my accent. He was like, you come from the bushes and that. I was like, oh, he got me good. But then when I stopped, he pulled me to the side. He was like, yo, what you rapping, son? Like, you need to be like doing that Highland stuff that you're doing, like your accent. And then that's when I started to like gear into that. So then that's what kind of transitioned me while I was in school. I started to make music. And then I turned into like a star while I was in school. Because now I was like this kid who like, you know, from the Caribbean, and he's got this swag, and you know, everybody's like, oh, he looks different. So I was already standing out because I had looked different, right? Everybody would always be like, oh, like, what are you? Where do you come from? And then I have the accent. Then I started to do music, and you know, that's when everything just started to change. And that's when I made that decision that I would do music, but I would still do my arts. So my arts has helped me to have my own record label for all of these years. So I've had like deals with Atlantic and Universal and stuff like that, but I've always been able to run my own record label. So I would do everything. I would produce the music, make the beats, produce the music, write the songs, sing the songs, do the music videos, do the album art, put it out, promote it, market it, create the websites for Cruz Rock. And it was just all me. And I did that for so many years that it just became like a routine, man. And it just kept going and it kept growing. And my mom, now she just saw like the whole growth, and I was like, whoa, like you really meant what you said, man. You were gonna do it. So
you did it.
I did it. Yeah. Still doing it.
This edition of Hot Ones Caribbean is brought to you by the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Okay, let's move on to this third sauce. So this sauce is called David's Bin Hair sauce. And this sauce is really special because it comes from a guy named David.
From St. Croix?
He not from St. Croix. Hey, you rest it down. We coming. So he is a food blogger, and he has amassed over 1 million followers on YouTube, over 100,000 followers on Instagram. He's a big deal, and he's created this hot sauce. So I can leave you, throw some on.
So we getting hotter or we getting cooler?
We getting hotter. But I promise you, by the end of this, you won't have to ask that. And don't scant me. You know, we at the beginning, so you should be out there piling on the sauce.
He's a bad influence. He's like that friend that you go to the club with, just like, yeah, man, let's keep drinking.
Take another drink.
Take another one.
I know you're falling down, but do another.
Saff. All right. David, that's hot.
So what you think about the flavor?
That one was sweet.
You got like guava and thing in it.
Oh, they have guava? Yeah, that tastes good.
So the brand that is Cruz Rock has undergone a extreme metamorphosis over the years.
Yes.
From the physical appearance and style of Trini and Myvin.
Yes.
To the sound and lyrical content of the dynamic Toa Toa collab on Xultura. So tell me what it was like to explore your heritage through your musical journey.
What I'm doing is not easy. It is extremely difficult. So when I was doing dancehall and when I was doing reggae, because I've done reggae for a lot of years. So when I did dancehall and I did reggae, so for instance, when I was doing dancehall, my first album, Temperature Rise, was named after one of my biggest songs at the time. I think it was like in 2009. It was called Temperature Rise. The Temperature Rise hit like the DG Cell countdowns. It was like my first like hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was realizing like, damn, like I have this hit, but nobody's like calling me to do shows. You know what I'm saying? So I started to like go through the process, and like I met a lot of people behind the scenes in Jamaica, because I went to take a trip to Jamaica, right? And I was basically told, you know, you're not Jamaican, you know, and you don't look like a Caribbean artist. You know, at the time I had this long hair, and you know, I look like a model. Like literally I look like some kind of model that's going out of a magazine doing this like rough dancehall music. And I was like, yo, I'm not getting booked. I'm not getting the things that I see other artists getting when they blow up. And I did a show one day, and I was singing all Jamaican crowd, and they started to throw things on the stage. And I was like, yo, like, I know my music is good. It has nothing to do with the music. So I ended up switching, because a lot of the elders started to tell me, yo, the dancehall ain't gonna go nowhere. On the Virgin Islands, we have like this big reggae movement. It's like, you need to do reggae, you know, and I did the reggae with good intentions. It wasn't just like, I was just gonna do reggae because I wanted to sell music. I was very spiritually inclined. I wanted to learn. My first manager was a Rasta. I had stopped eating meat. You know, I was like highly into it. I just didn't have locks, you know. And like I said, I look like a model or some guy that's above a magazine doing like this rough music. And then I would sing like with this rough voice, right? So y'all are crawling on my bed like a spider in the dark. Like I would do shit, and they're watching me like, yo, what this dude doing? Like, okay. So I had another big hit. It was called In the Spirit. And In the Spirit was done with Vaughn Benjamin, Midnight Band, one of the biggest bands in the world. Song blew up all over the place. And I'm like, yo, I'm not getting booked. Like, what am I doing wrong? All these songs, like, I'm watching guys, when they blow up, they get a song, they getting booked, they traveling. It's like, I'm still like opening for people, like I'm getting treated like dirt. You know what I'm saying? And then it snapped again. You're not the typical reggae artist. You should go sing. Some people telling me, go sing soca, go do this, go do that. And then I started dabbling in the soca, doing a little bit of soca here and there. I made a Trini in my vein. And then again, boom, made the Trini in my vein, nice song. Wasn't getting booked. I was like, yo, what's the issue, man? I come back, I'm like making more hits. I'm like, I'm getting all these big songs, but like I'm getting more shows with like the American crowd, you know? I'm not like getting the Caribbean people involved. And I remember Dave Chappelle had said it one time too. He said he would have most of his shows would be with the Caucasian demographic, and his own people didn't support him. So I started to learn a lot from that. And then as I started to know move now, because now I had to make changes. I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna fail. I'm too talented to fail. I'm not gonna let people and these prejudice mindsets like make me have to stop doing music. You know what I'm saying? So I started doing Spanish music, and I started to mix the Spanish with the Caribbean vibes, and it created like this whole new sound that now people were like, yo, this is different. And then I got like NBC started to call, you know, record labels started to want to give me deals, and it was just different. It was me, because now I was taking the cultures and making my own sound. So I was taking a part of my mom, part of my dad, part of the Jamaican culture, part of the Virgin Islands culture, and creating this sound. And then again, ended up in the same roadblock. And the roadblock again is just people don't want to see unification. They want to have their thing here, their thing there. You have your thing there. We don't want you over here. You look like this. You don't look like that. You too dark. You too light. You too middle tone. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it continues to go. So my mission with music, even if I don't have to say it in the song, my mission right now is to create unification. And if we could unite and forget about colorism, forget about the texture of our hair, forget about all of these things, and just have a good time, give opportunities to artists that are really making a move and a splash, and say, hey man, I see you, I recognize you. And even though you might be different, and even though I can't really say I see you in me, at least I could say that you're represented for the culture and you have the blood running in you. You're from the Caribbean and we're one. And I'm hoping when I'm done with my career that, you know, other artists could benefit from the barriers that I've broken and that I'm breaking at the current moment. Because we're still facing the fight now. You know, up to the other day, we were talking to my manager. I was like, yo, we have shows, we have a tour lined up. But I feel like it's us creating the tour, because it's like when you reach out to specific promoters, they know like, okay, he has a song with Beanie Man. It's a big song. He has a song with this guy. Well, he's not Jamaican and he's Latino, you know. And then you go to the Latino side and they're like, well, he's not fully Latino. He's, you know, but everybody wants to sing the music. Everybody wants to do features. And so why can't one guy just do this thing? Why am I a threat to everyone?
Yeah.
You know, and that's the battle that we have now. We're still facing it up to this day.
I think that a big part of it is that a lot of us don't know our own culture.
Yeah.
And not only are we disconnected from our own culture, but we disconnected from the cultures of the islands of the people around us.
Yeah.
And so it's just like all of our islands have their own unique culture, and, you know, just giving each other grace, because it's very difficult coming up in a place and you connect with a culture and you connect with a history and you connect with it with things like the accent.
Yes.
And then you have people around you telling you that you are not authentically you and
Exactly.
you're pretending.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I hear you.
Yeah.
So I know all you were asking about St. Croix.
Ooh.
And so we're about to pull St. Croix up. This particular sauce is a sauce that I always, you know, get excited to talk about because I'm a lover of history.
Yes.
Miss Anna's hot sauce was created 110 years ago on the island of St. Lucia.
Okay.
But the recipe was perfected right here in our very
Thank
own
you
St.
very
Croix.
much. Thank you very much, Miss Anna's.
Miss Anna's have some curry in here.
Tell them where you get a secret ingredients from.
So we're going to take some Miss Anna's and we're going to put it on like a zipper on our mahi bites.
Okay. Well, you eating chicken, I eating mahi.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
That is good.
She got a kick to it.
She got a little kick. I'm surprised the Trini and me coming out. They ain't really, you know. Maybe I'm talking too soon. I should just shut the hell up.
Well, I noticed you're talking along,
Yeah.
and I can't help but to think it's a strategy to leave the hot sauce pressure die down.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. So in a 2021 article, you shared that growing up in the Virgin Islands, there were people who could not relate to your multicultural, unique swagger. Some even resorted to forms of bullying. Just for context, how many different accents were around your family's dinner table? And how did you move past the awkward feelings at school to a place of confidence in expressing yourself through music?
I look different. Yeah, I look different from almost everyone, almost everyone, but you could really see the Trini in me. So it wasn't that much Trinis. We were coming up, right? So a lot of people would, you know, just automatically call me Trini. Trini. They would just forget the whole Puerto Rican part. They would just call me Trini. I have some big eyes. They call me Bubble Eye Biscuit.
It's enough.
Hit them with two biscuit right there.
Hey, cheering mean.
Bad. So yeah, so you know, I was I used to get the words, man. I used to get those nicknames, and I think it's cool. And when I was in high school, they would call me Oriental. Man, they would call me all kind of names, man. I'd be like, yo, that is not my name. But it gave me tough skin, you know. I don't think there's any kid that hasn't really been bullied, right? That didn't turn out to be some kind of big thing in life.
They say that pressure make diamonds.
That's right. Hey, we ain't get that far yet, no.
Hold
on there, man. Okay.
Clear up that throat.
This edition of Hot Ones Caribbean is brought to you by VIA. This edition of Hot Ones Caribbean is brought to you by My Brother's Workshop, tools that build hope.
So while we're on that note, we gotta move on to the next one.
Oh, that was kind of quick. I didn't like that question. We have another question. Can we put 2 questions
We
in
get
one?
more questions coming, I promise.
Damn.
Okay. So we rolling into Alvin's, and you might be familiar with Alvin's because Alvin's is a very popular hot sauce here in the Virgin Islands.
I actually have Alvin's.
Oh, you've had it before?
Alvin's is actually my go-to hot sauce.
Really? The red one or the yellow?
Well, the yellow obviously is a more milder one. So the yellow is my preference.
No, gotcha.
You know? But you know, actually I met Alvin on a plane one day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I did. And he was like, I starting up this pepper sauce, boy. And it's going to be one of the best. I was like, yeah, okay, man. He's like, what's your name? He was like, Alvin. I was like, yo, I got one of your pepper sauce in my fridge right now, dude.
So Alvin knew what Alvin was talking about.
So Alvin knew what he was talking
He
about.
knew he had magic in a bottle. So this one is a yellow pepper sauce. She got a little tang to
Yeah, a
her.
little kick.
So let's go into the
Hey.
first question. I just cleared my throat.
Hey.
After an awards show in LA a few years ago, you were able to meet. You good?
I good, yeah.
Okay. After an awards show in LA a few years ago, you were able to meet and talk with some top music industry executives whose guidance set the course for the next steps in your career.
Yeah.
First, what was that guidance? And before receiving those expert opinions, how did you determine who and what to listen to?
Oh, so this was the Academia Music Awards. I had won best reggae album for Soul Rebel, which was one of my biggest reggae albums. Yeah, so I met a lot of influential people while I was there. I think that was the first time that I walked like on a red carpet winning an award and holding up the award and stuff. Everyone has like the same advice. Like when you meet very successful people, they always tell you like, because everyone kind of looks at it from the outside, right? And you got like the haters. Let's see. Oh, he just acting and oh, he get that, who give he that? Nah, most people that work very hard, that are successful, have the same stories. You fail, 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 fail, and then you finally win, right? But it takes all of those failures to make that one win. Yeah. But if you stop before the win, you'll never win. So you just might be one failure away from winning.
You know, I had a family member tell me a time, and I thought it was so good, where it was just like, when the door closes, when somebody closed that door on you,
yeah,
God busts through a window.
That's
and when
right.
they come and they board up the window, God does bust through the roof.
That is right.
Because at the end of the day, your destiny is your destiny. So, we're moving on to the next sauce. Our Tempo sauce.
I'm doing pretty good, right?
You are. I'm very impressed. And I was
Yes.
also impressed to hear you had Alvin's in your fridge after you tell me you're not a big pepper man.
I do have Alvin. Alvin's the only one I get.
So we have our house of, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna send you home with some hot sauce today.
Tempo!
We have a house of Tempo sauce. This sauce has a very bold flavor.
When you said bold.
And because I ignoring you.
But
because,
this is technically made in St. Croix. Technically. Because, you know, Mr. Tempo, all that stuff, you know?
Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say that this bottle of hot sauce was created in Trinidad.
But still big up Trini.
Ah, here we go.
Big up Trini.
So, because we're on a tempo production, it's only right and for the culture that we add extra house of tempo sauce. Yeah, I like that energy. We welcome that as well.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Do not welcome that at all.
Taste it first. You might end up loving it, and then you might be like, you know what? I want to drink this by the gallon.
Okay. This comes from Trinidad, so I know there's some problems about to come my way.
Yeah, man. I get habanero pepper sauce, pepper and it and thing.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Just spoiling all my fun, huh?
You ready?
Yes.
Wait, let me see that piece.
That's good. Feel the tempo. Feel the tempo.
The flavor nice.
That one is nice. I could taste that like in some roti. That would go good in some roti.
Okay.
Definitely.
So it's 2023. And Tempo turns 18.
Yes.
We're celebrating 18 years of serving the diaspora as the gateway to all things Caribbean. You know, we love the new jingle you do.
Oh yeah. Once
our
again,
hot ones.
the best
So you
jingle
Virgin Islands.
ever made for hot ones.
No man, she sound good. She sound good. Me a lie. I had the pleasure of being there when they got the final song, and when I tell you, right, everybody was torn up.
What?
We listened to that song over and over and over again. It's fantastic. What do elders that say? You put your foot in it.
Put your foot in it, boy.
Yeah, you put your foot in that one.
Hey, what? Telling you, boy, you put your foot in it.
So we know that you were a graphic design intern at Tempo.
Yes.
So that means you're a real Tempo man.
As a real tempo man, you what telling you.
So how did the exposure and networking you had at that internship prepare you for your next steps?
You know, having that whole experience with the Tempo team, it was a culture shock. It was our thing, and it felt good, and it made an impact in my life and the way how I saw just music and how it operated. Hooking back up with Mr. Tempo and working with him now in the prime of my career. I remember the first time taking. I told him one day, I said, "You know how to sing, you know," and he watched me like, "Boy, you better go make them graphics."
Go to your desk, go get some work done.
You better go do that work I give you were talking about.
And now it's time for the Hot Kitchen. Ask a Chef with Chef Julius Jackson.
Welcome back, my people, to another rendition of Ask a Chef. I'm your host, Chef Julius Jackson. This beautiful kitchen you guys see me here in belongs to Sea Lux Villa. You can find them on CaribbeanRetreats.com. Log on and check out the beautiful villas they all have to offer right there on Caribbean Retreats. As well as a bunch of my equipment here is brought to you by none other than KLR right here on St. Thomas, the best supply store on St. Thomas. You can get all your kitchen needs right there in KLR. So thank you guys for sponsoring and supporting. Today we have an amazing dish, one of my favorites. This is called seafood and butter sauce. And I say seafood because you can use so many different ones, right? One of my favorites, of course, is conch, lobster, any type of fish you can put in the butter sauce. Today we're going to be using mahi. I love mahi. It's a nice meaty fish. We're going to do that today in our butter sauce. I'm going to put my heat on, get our pan nice and hot. I always want to start with a nice hot pan. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil here. So now that my pan is nice and hot, I'm going to add my mahi. You want to hear that? You want to hear that sizzle right there, just like that. I'm going to saute my mahi for about 3 minutes. All right, just moving it around, turning it. Getting all sides of the mahi cooked, getting a little bit of caramelization on our mahi. All right, now that 3 minutes have passed, we're going to remove our mahi from the pan, just like so. Now we're going to add our vegetables. I'm going to add a little more oil, just like that. We're going to throw in our butter. We're going to add our red pepper, our green peppers, a little bit of garlic, a couple cloves, like so. some celery. We're gonna just mix that up. And that's gonna help get a lot of that fond off the bottom of our pan. I'm just gonna saute that for a little bit. I add a little bit of chicken stock. You can use seafood stock, whatever you like, but I like to use a little bit of chicken stock. Add that at the bottom. And that's gonna get all of our flavor from our mahi off the bottom of the pan. We're gonna throw in our butter, about 3 tablespoons. Now we're gonna add back in our mahi. Now we're just gonna give that a stir. That's gonna simmer with our mahi and the butter and create our beautiful butter sauce. I like to add a touch of seasoning, just a little touch. A little bit of fresh parsley. Just like that. Fresh thyme to our pan right here. I just like to kind of just take my sprigs and peel my leaves right off. Drop that right in there. And lastly, to finish off our sauce, I'm gonna bring a little heat to the kitchen with, of course, my House of Tempo hot sauce. You just add about 2 to 3 drops in there. You ain't gotta do a lot. That'll add a nice heat and a nice flavor. All the way from Trinidad. Okay? Let's throw that in. And now we have our beautiful mahi and butter sauce. Now that that's ready, let's plate up. I wish you guys can smell this. It's beautiful. The blend of the herbs and the butter. Beautiful. Take some of that sauce, just drizzle right over it. Just like that. We'll garnish some fresh parsley right on top. Just like that. Beautiful plate. I'm ready to eat it right now. But of course, you guys know you can find all my recipes in my cookbook, My Modern Caribbean Kitchen. And as well, follow your boy on all social media platforms. I'll see you guys on the next episode of Ask a Chef. Peace.
Bold, fruity, and perfectly hot. The House of Tempo pepper sauce. Available at Plaza Extra East and Seaside Market in Delhi. This edition of Hot Ones Caribbean is brought to you by Fly the Whale and the Fred Hotel.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next sauce. We got another Alvin's in the batch.
Yes.
This one is gonna be the red pepper sauce. She further down the line, so that means she a little hotter. And we put in a good amount. You ain't gonna do me like what you do me last time.
All these expectations. See why you're single?
Nah.
These women them to put expectations on you. One more sass.
You know, behind every successful man is a woman.
That's right.
Okay, okay.
That is very right. That is very true.
Cruz Rock.
Miss, that
Cruz
is...
Rock. Oh, jeez, man.
I'm trying to save some of it for later. I think I want to go home eating pepper. I don't forget all about this night.
Very good. Okay, okay, okay.
Torture.
Okay, you're doing me right now. Okay.
Okay, ready? Yeah. Alvin, I was on point.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
It gets in hotter.
Right.
Very good.
Pretty good. But because I'm talking so much, like it's kind of, you know, trying to be as long-winded as I can.
I can start interrupting you and being
That's
like,
right.
okay, that's it.
That's right. Feeling hot, tat, tat.
But if we need any help, we get our Johnny Cake from Seaside Delhi.
That's right.
Come
Where?
to soak up the pepper.
On what island?
It's on St. Croix.
That's right.
And then we have Matilda here
Matilda.
as our guardian over the table for the culture.
For the culture. That's right. Matilda.
Okay, so Hot Ones features a recurring segment called Explain That Gram, where we did a deep dive into your social media, and we found a post that we felt required a bit more context.
Damn, I should have gone erase some stuff.
This segment and this phone is brought to you by Via, the company that keeps us connected to our culture. Go and go get his phone. I love it, and the color is hot.
And it's an iPhone too.
And it's an iPhone.
Damn.
Okay, so tell us about this picture right
That's
there.
not that far back. So in Colombia, I went on tour in Colombia, and anywhere I go in the world, I like to go and do like philanthropy, right? So I would go and just like talk to the people, buy food, feed anyone that's hungry. And I was in the process of doing that. So I met all of these cool people who, you know, do different things. Some are dancers, some are radio people, and they're in the barrios, right? In these neighborhoods. And that guy who's like hitting me with this thing, he's like a comedian. And he dresses up like an old lady, and he does this TV show that I was on over there. And he came out and he was messing with me and telling me I'm cute and all kind of stuff. I was like, yo, pause, hold on there. And you know, it's just jokes, just fun, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I gotta put him in a music video. So I was making this music video called Rompe la Cama, which is like break the bed in Spanish. And I decided to do like a comedic kind of vibe, something that could appeal to like, even though the video is very risque and the song,
it sounds, you know.
Yeah, I wanted to
wild.
add an element to it that was comedic, that wouldn't make the video so risque.
Yeah.
To where people could watch it and kind of say, "Oh, that's funny."
Yeah.
You know, that's fun.
That's an interesting take on it too. Our next sauce, or eighth sauce, is called habanero, made in Trinidad. And they utilize 100% authentic Trinidad scorpion pepper.
This thing look hot. This thing
Yeah.
like it's boiling like.
When you look at all the different colors and things, you
I
just
can
know
zoom
it's
into
trouble.
This thing like it's boiling on its own.
It's trouble in a bottle.
Jeez, bread.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Trini people. Trini's better book me after this, you know, eating all this hot sauce. Representing all, yo. All right,
Okay.
that's enough?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
One leg going up in the nose, boy.
Mm-hmm. What we feeling? What we feeling?
How you feeling? How you feeling? Oh, make sure you guys go check out me and Young Brother's song. Yeah. Well, I'm eating this hot sauce. This is not that hot. Come on now. I thought I was gonna be going crazy.
It sounded like you didn't have enough.
No, that was enough.
So I mean, the next one we can go double up.
Maybe I'm talking too soon. I should just shut up. That was not bad.
Okay.
I surprised in myself, yo. I thought that I've been going crazy right now. I still don't want to touch the Hellfire.
So as you've risen in your career, you've made room for upcoming artists like Tia and Nadia to have their work seen on larger platforms, just like others did for you. What's some advice you think upcoming performers from the Virgin Islands need to have before they invest thousands of dollars into music production and studio albums?
I think a lot of artists, they go into music thinking the riches and the fame, and they don't realize that like that is very hard to get. Okay, each one is extremely hard, and there's a lot of people out here that are famous but they ain't rich. So which one you want to be? Which one you want to be? You want to be rich or you want to be famous? You want to be both? So my suggestion is truly love this thing, because you could win today and you could lose tomorrow. You could have the hottest song playing on the radio one year, and the next year nobody knows you. You know what I'm saying? So don't go into this thinking like, I'm gonna be rich, you know, I'm gonna screw all these people over and I'm gonna just try and scrape my way to the top and I'm gonna just make it. Because a lot of people have this mentality. I've met a lot of them. Like a lot of people that just think you know, I'm gonna screw this one over, screw this guy over, do this, do that, and I'm gonna make it no matter what. And they never make it, you know? Because a lot of the biggest things in this music industry is not only money, it's connections.
Yeah, reputation is big.
Yeah, so you can't go burning up bridges and clearing up that throat, huh?
Yeah. I'm starting to feel extra mucus and thing forming in the throat. My body fighting back. Speaking of the hot sauces, let me get into the night one.
Oh my God.
Because I see you over here trying to extend time. Okay. So the next sauce we're getting into is called heat stroke. And it is very appropriately named as it tastes like you're about to have a heat stroke. Being a Lido, they did an excellent job. The company Suyam did an excellent job marrying flavor and spice together.
Okay.
So equal parts flavor, equal parts spice. And I'm watching how much you put because you say the habanero, scorpion pepper them was in a bar.
Trying to play me close, you know. All right, my friends. My tempo friends. Here we go, number 9. And I'm doing pretty good.
You are.
And I actually eating this, you know. I'm pouring it on. I can see me pouring this on there.
Give us some more.
Wow. What do you want? He's true. What do you want?
It have a little smoky flavor.
It is smoky.
Cruz Rock.
Hold on a second. Wait. No, it had.
Okay. See a Cruz Rock. Very USVI tourism ambassador type name.
Wow.
We know you must love the VI.
Ooh.
What's on your Cruz Rock certified VI must do list?
Oh, shit. I want this hit the back of my throat. Hold on a second. What was the question again?
Okay. So your name is Cruz Rock.
My name is Cruz Rock.
It's a very USVI tourism ambassador type name.
Yes, it is.
So we know you must love the VI.
I do.
All of we.
Yes.
Not just some.
Not some.
Okay.
All.
What's on your Cruz Rock certified VI, not St. Croix, VI
Yes.
must do list?
You go ziplining, because you could go ziplining on St. Croix now, which I haven't done as yet.
That sounds epic.
Right? I want to go ziplining.
Should the rainforest?
Through the rainforest, that's right. So we're going to do a little ziplining, a little ATV driving, riding, some horseback riding, pick some mangoes. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
St. Croix is like very natural, laid back. You know, everything is mostly about the beach, things like that. You know, you go St. Thomas's party life, turn up, you know. St. John is laid back, right? St. John laid back. To me, not because I'm from St. Croix. St. Croix,
here we go.
besides having the best food in the Virgin Islands, St. Croix to me holds more of the culture.
Yes, I could agree. Not the food part.
Not the.
I can't give that to you. But I agree with you. St. Croix has done a fantastic job, and Crucians
Yes.
have done a fantastic job in ensuring that the culture of the Virgin Islands is kept alive and is passed down.
And it's passed down.
And I'm deeply appreciative to the Crucians them for that,
Yes.
because it's invaluable to our people and where we intend on going.
And now it's time for Did You Know with Gabrielle Carrard.
Did you know that the island of St. Croix has a large and growing art community? Organizations like the Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts, also known as CMCA, and the Crucian Heritage and Nature Tourism, lovingly referred to as CHANT, works extensively to uplift local arts. CMCA regularly hosts arts installations, panel discussions, and community gatherings that are dedicated to celebrating, uplifting, and preserving the pulse of artistic expression in the community. You'll find that art in St. Croix often pays homage to the natural world, indigenous influences, and significant cultural icons. But further than that, much of the art in St. Croix is often a vehicle to analyze deep facets of life in the Virgin Islands, such as political critiques, coloniality, and key shifts within the community. On your next visit to St. Croix, be sure to visit art institutions such as the CMCA and CHANT.
This edition of Hot Ones Caribbean is brought to you by First Bank, Captain Morgan, and the USVI Economic Development Authority.
So we are on to the final sauce. Hellfire is the name. We're doing extra.
We're gonna go extra
sauce
for the doomed Hellfire hot sauce. And is that enough sauce?
I mean, it's ain't dripping.
It got drip? That gonna kill me, dude.
Okay, that's perfect. Okay. I ain't trying to kill you.
So I gotta eat the whole thing. Dripping all over the place, yo. Look.
Okay. You ready?
You ready? I gotta eat the whole thing?
I mean, you gotta eat the sauce.
You know,
this is the hot
I
ones.
am going to eat this so nobody don't talk any nar about me here.
Okay.
We're gonna eat this whole thing.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me just get to it because
right.
you're stressing me out. This is so hot.
Hey, yo. Why do you tap me into that? Oh.
I got a trash can.
Hit the back of the throat.
We okay?
Oh.
The milk helps. Leave it cold the back of the throat.
Hey, yo.
Get more water here. I too am just trying to get myself together for the last question.
Whoa. Why did I talk me into that? Matilda, you are no help.
Okay, so I can go into the question. So you're a great ambassador and a couture guide. We just figured that out in the last answer.
Oh
Now let's see how you handle the heat when you're put on the spot. Nothing too hard, don't worry. As the finale to your episode, please close us out with the Tempo Hot Ones jingle that you wrote.
Oh no, you ain't gonna do me that. You ain't gonna do me that.
I have to hear it because it was so incredible when I heard it.
Oh my god.
And now I want to hear this thing and
You are
pause it.
wicked. You are bad.
And now I want to hear this thing and
No,
pause
listen,
it.
this one here is a problem. And I should have never listened to Ayo. I could feel the ulcers.
Cruz
forming.
Rock. Let me tell you something, right? I've had to do this 4 times now, okay?
Hey, used to it.
Oh, I am definitely not used to it.
Uh-uh.
You never get used to hell like that.
Oh, sweating.
Let me know if you want to beat.
You wicked. Very wicked. Matilda. You better haunt her. You better haunt her in her dreams, you know what I'm telling you?
You leave my girl Matilda alone. She doing her job.
Matilda ain't do her job. Should have been Queen Mary.
As long as we still breathing, Matilda here doing her job.
If it was Queen Mary, should have tell me, do not do it, son. I already burned the fire for you. Oh, God. Hold on there, man.
The Johnny cake that help it is soak up the heat.
Will it help?
Yeah, it does. The milk helps. The Johnny cake helps. The ice.
My eyes red?
They sure are.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's giving blitzed out your mind.
You're very wicked.
Don't tell the people now.
Very wicked woman.
I do it here with you. You acting like we wasn't in this together.
Yeah, but you should have hyped me up from back here.
I've been telling Papa Joe,
pulled me
I've been
up.
telling you from Jump Street. Cruz Rock, that's how you get put on it. Cruz Rock, that's how you get heat.
Hyped me up to do this last one like it was gonna be.
You're okay, you made it through. The hard part is over. You're a champion, you're a hot one, Cruz Rock. That's why
Okay.
you're here.
I'm a hot one. Soy caliente. Are you a hot one? Hold on there. One. Muy caliente.
You're doing good, man. You're doing good.
Hot ones.
I don't remember that part of the song, but we can go with it. Okay.
Welcome to the Virgin Isles. We're St. Croix have the best food and St. Thomas does not.
Here we go. I can allow you with that one. Because your hair.
You know, I was actually thinking about that lyric when I was doing it.
No, I'm happy you didn't add it.
I was
I'd
like,
have been
man.
there like, Frederick, tell him he got extra thing out because it ain't true.
I gotta big up St. Croix, you know?
And one thing we don't do is lie here at Tempo. So Cruz Rock, you brought the energy as usual. This was such a fun conversation.
Okay.
I'm so grateful that you came to the show. And because you have this demonstrated for me and the people that you are in fact a hot one. You've made it through all 10 sauces. Incredibly hot stuff here, including this last one here.
I think I'm gonna use a bathroom, dude.
I am going to quickly give you 30 seconds of uninterrupted airtime here at this camera to leave the people know what it is they should be looking out for you.
You could look out for me never eating hot sauce again in my life. I am done with hot sauce. We're done with hot ones. Do not invite me ever again. Matter of fact, I want back my song. Done with it completely. Set me up. Listen, Xultura, the album is available right now. Go and get it. Featuring some of the hottest artists. Young Brother from Trinidad, Beanie Man, Amara La Negra, hold on there a second. From Love and Hip Hop, Miami. And there's a whole slew. Cardi B's sister is on there as well. Nikki. Oh my god. Yeah, go check out that album and go check me out on Instagram, all that good stuff. I will see you at the Latin Billboard Music Awards. Actually, that's like probably gonna happen before this airs, but you're gonna see me doing some great stuff. So look out.
Cruz Rock, it was so much fun today. Thank you for joining us
She's
for
a wicked woman.
Another episode of Hot Ones Caribbean. I am your hostess, Gabrielle Carrad, hailing from the United States Virgin Islands, where the sauce might be hot, but a woman them definitely hotter.
Oh, the woman named Hata.
Oh yeah.
Definitely Hata. He's a wicked person. Wow. Man.
Welcome.
Oh my god.
Well done.
Whoa.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Remember to hit that bell to get notifications for more things Tempo.